If you've ever dreamed of serving justice to someone who thought they could walk all over you, smash that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this is one of the most satisfying revenge stories I've ever lived through. Back in the 90s, I was working as an indentured apprentice in the skilled trades. For anyone who doesn't know, being an apprentice isn't just about learning a craft, it's about survival. You're at the bottom of the food chain, constantly proving you belong. I wasn't some lazy kid looking for an easy ride. At 5'7", I wasn't the tallest guy on site, but I was solid, muscular from years of work, with a reputation as someone who listened, worked hard, and didn't complain. My father had been in the trade for over 25 years, well respected by everyone. And me? I wasn't just riding his coattails. I had the highest entrance exam score in our local's history. So yeah, I had earned my spot. But respect? That's something you don't just inherit. You fight for it every single day. That's where this guy comes in. A tall, thick-built man, American Indian, always pulling that card when it suited him, but mostly he was a bully. The kind of guy who treated apprentices like garbage, puffed himself up, and made sure everyone knew he was bigger, louder, and meaner. You know the type. The guy who feeds off making others feel small. And for a while, I kept my head down, but then he crossed a line. One day, I set my tool belt down to handle something on the job. Not unusual. Every tradesman knows your belt is practically sacred. It's your livelihood strapped around your waist. I turn around and what do I see? This guy, this bully, just strolls up, pulls my 420 and 440 channel locks out of my belt and walks away with them. At first I think, all right, maybe he's just borrowing them. As long as they come back, fine. Tools move around a site all the time. But then I see him from about 100 feet away using my channel locks. And when he's done, he doesn't bring them back. No, he struts right over to his oversized truck and tosses them inside like they've belonged to him all along. I wasn't the only one who saw it. Several journeymen were watching too, and every one of them knew exactly what just happened. So I walk up to him, calm, direct. Hey man, you planning on bringing my channels back? He turns, looks me up and down like I'm some bug under his shoe, and then he sneers. Doesn't say a word, just turns his back on me. That's strike one. I try again, louder this time. Seriously, my tools, you gonna give them back? Now he really turns to face me. He's got a good 10 inches on me, and he's using every bit of it to tower over me. He smirks and says something along the lines of, "Mine now." In that moment, my blood went ice cold. The audacity, the disrespect. In our trade, there's one unspoken rule burned into every man's bones. You do not steal another man's tools, ever. He'd crossed that line, and he thought he could get away with it. So I gave him one last chance, my voice steady but boiling inside. You can bring them back, or I can smash in your window and take them back myself. He just sneers again over his shoulder like I'm nothing. That was it. Around us, maybe a dozen guys are watching. Everyone's silent, no one's stepping in. They want to see what I'll do. I grab a 20-ounce hammer. The weight feels solid in my hand, like justice itself. I walk over to his truck, plant my boots firm on the ground, and with one powerful swing, crack! The driver's side window shatters, glass raining everywhere. But I don't stop. Another blow. And another. Half a dozen hits until the window is nothing but shards. I reach inside, unlock the door, and there they are, my channel locks. My name written on the blue rubber handles, etched in the metal above the joint. No question who they belong to. I pull them out, step past the stunned silence of the crowd, and march straight back towards him. Hammer in one hand, my tools in the other. I don't flinch, don't slow down, just look him dead in the eyes and say, "Don't ever steal from me again." Then I slide my channels back into my belt like nothing happened. The guy was livid, screaming, red-faced, demanding I get thrown off the job, out of the trade altogether. He stormed to the foreman, threatening, ranting. But here's the thing about tradesmen. Old-timers don't take kindly to thieves. One by one, some of the older guys walked up to the foreman. "Nope, kid did what he had to do. You don't steal another man's tools." And then the younger journeyman spoke up too. They'd seen it. They admitted I gave him 3 chances, and when he wouldn't listen, I took care of it. In the end, he got nothing. No justice for him, just humiliation. And me? I earned something far more valuable: respect. Word spread fast. Everywhere I went after that, guys were calling my father, telling him what I'd done, how hard I was working, how I'd stood my ground. One day, he heard the full story on a call. He didn't say much, just turned to me and gave the slightest nod. And you know what? That nod meant more than 1,000 words. My father passed away less than a year ago. Now, as I sort through his tools, every one of them marked the way he taught me, I see the same marks on my grandfather's tools too. Generations of honest men who knew the value of respect, hard work, and integrity. And every time I pick up those same channel locks, the ones I fought for that day, my name still clear as ever on the handle, I can almost see him again, nodding at me, approving. Because in that moment, all those years ago, I proved something to him and to myself, that no one was ever going to steal from me or disrespect the family name, not without paying the price. The bully thought he could steal from me and humiliate me. Instead, I shattered his truck window, took my tools back, and humiliated him in front of the entire crew. That was the day he learned. Size, intimidation, arrogance, none of it means a thing when you cross the line of respect. Looking back, that wasn't just about tools. It was about standing up for myself, for my father, for the values that every honest tradesman live by. Because sometimes revenge isn't about payback. It's about making sure they never forget that some lines should never, ever be crossed. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and subscribe for more real-life revenge stories. And tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying moment of justice you've ever witnessed? I'd love to hear it.